okay, this is going to come across. I'm sure I'm going to get hate mail for this. I think everybody builds him up to be bigger.
Yeah.
You know, because it's kind of like you didn't see him achieve his full potential, right? Welcome back to this week's Motorsport podcast. I'm Carrie.
And I'm Mike.
And we are here to feature a new series?
Series?
I don't know what you call it.
Series.
Okay. Alternate racing lines. So this is kind of like an alternate reality take on F1. So what would have happened had certain events not taken place? Yeah. Or had they, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So what are the implications? Short term, long term?
What's the butterfly effect?
Ooh, yes. Yes. Okay.
So we're going to start this one off with, arguably one of the biggest ones ever. That's why I think we're starting with it.
Yeah.
What if Senna did not die in his crash at Imola? What would have happened had the legendary Ayrton Senna crashed but survived?
Survived,
walked away from the crash.
Yeah.
Still had the crash, but walked away.
So I think he would have won more world titles, but I don't think it's as many as everyone would have thought.
No?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh, wow. So I'm going to go through my arguments.
Okay. You go. Yeah.
So short term. Okay. Senna crashes in the race. Schumacher still wins that race.
Mm-hmm.
The following race was Monaco.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Who is the champion at Monaco?
Yeah, your boy
Senna,
wins. Yeah, your boy wins Monaco. Yeah.
Schumacher won Monaco in 94.
Okay.
Okay. So boom, Senna pulls ahead of Schumacher in championship. Right? Continuing on through that year. That is Schumacher's first championship is 1994.
Okay, wait. Sorry, I have questions. You might not have the answers, but good thing there's a thing called Google. Was Senna leading the championship that year?
I believe he was.
Interesting.
Schumacher was having a good run.
Yeah.
In the Benetton. He's relatively new. He's racing for I guess arguably a lower end team.
Yeah.
Having a dramatic run. But that kind of it takes away one of his massive rivals in that year. Someone who is already a 3-time champion and is having a good year.
So it's interesting because I feel like those are two obviously very significant drivers, like Senna and Schumacher.
Yeah.
And would Michael have achieved the amount of success that he did if Senna was still around? I'm not trying to take anything away from him, but obviously if you have two fierce competitors.
Exactly. Both known for their very aggressive driving.
So would they have split the difference and,
Yeah. And I think it also, Schumacher's early championship win in his career led him to move to Ferrari, where he then had such dominance. Does that push his move to Ferrari later? Does it change it? Does Senna go to Ferrari? And is Senna the one who experiences the dominance?
Yeah, and Damon Hill became the lead driver in Williams.
Right. Would that have switched?
Yeah.
Right?
I don't know.
That's a great question. As Williams comes up and becomes, then they have a dominant run with Damon Hill.
Mm-hmm. So when Senna dies, then Damon Hill is suddenly the star of the show at Williams.
Right.
And I'm just considering all the possibilities.
There's a lot of stuff that could have changed.
Yeah.
Because such a presence at a time when there was new emerging champions, and then he sort of was the the legacy champion at the time as well.
Yeah, like I think he definitely would have won more titles. I just don't know. Okay, this is going to come across. I'm sure we get hate mail for this. I think everybody builds him up to be bigger.
Yeah.
You know, because it's kind of like you didn't see him achieve his full potential, right? Or what you think his full potential was.
Right.
So not to say he wouldn't have achieved more success. I think he definitely would have, but I think that everyone's just like, oh, like when they talk about Ayrton Senna, it's like, oh, he would have achieved like everything. And it's like, but would he?
How many would he have gotten?
Yeah, like F1 has an expiration date, right? Like it's, you don't just win endless titles forever and ever and ever.
Right.
So I think he absolutely would have achieved more success. It probably would have put a dent in Schumacher's success. But then I think equally, Schumacher would have put a dent in Ayrton's success.
Right. Yeah, it would have been some legendary battles.
Yeah, and then like there's also other talented drivers in that time, right? So it's I think he absolutely would have achieved further success, but I think people are just like, oh, he would have achieved like 20 titles, and it's like, that's not real.
No, but I mean, arguably, as you say, you know, Damon Hill becomes the
top driver
the
over there.
lead Williams driver and wins, right? So let's argue that Senna would have had his title, right? That year, Senna would have won it. Jacques Villeneuve wins for Williams in 97. Had Senna still been there,
Oh, well, yeah.
would he have had that win?
Would he have stayed with?
Would he have stayed with Williams?
Yeah.
Right? The battles between Schumacher and Mika Häkkinen, would that have been battles between Häkkinen, Schumacher, and Häkkinen?
Yeah.
Would that have been a three-way fight, dividing those victories, right? Because that's the start of Häkkinen wins 2 in a row, and then Schumacher wins, 4 in a row?
And would Lewis have eventually raced at the same time as Senna?
Right.
Because, like, I mean, I feel like Senna gives off, like, the Fernando
vibes.
But yeah, like, it's definitely interesting. I also think that Ayrton's death brought with it focus around safety.
Yes.
Right? So would things have pushed forward as much as they have? Like, obviously there have been other tragic deaths, but
that was a big one.
His was so prominent, right?
Yep.
Adrian Newey, like, would that have changed the trajectory of his career too?
Right. Yeah. I mean, he heartbreakingly blames himself
Still.
to this day.
Yeah.
Which, whew,
it's a lot to carry with you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Tough.
Like, and I mean, has he designed differently because of that?
Right.
Has that changed the way that he approaches design?
So now you're tying in Red Bull's dominant eras.
Well, you have to question it, right?
Would they have changed?
Because I think if you go, like, not to say he wouldn't have achieved the success that he's achieved, but
Yeah.
that has to have some impact. You can't experience something like that as the designer of the car and not carry forward changes.
Right.
I don't know.
That's the whole point of the game. No one knows.
No. Yeah, it's interesting. I definitely think people put him on a pedestal.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the big things, is that he died at such a time where he was still
So hot.
He was still so great, so like, not even the word legendary, because he wasn't a legend yet. He was just a star at that time.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? Maybe, had he not died, maybe there wouldn't have been success. Maybe we would have seen a downfall of him. Like, maybe his excellence would have fallen off, and then he lives to just
See, now you're going to get hated.
peter out.
No, I don't think he would have petered out. I think definitely still alive, still thriving. I think you would still be talking about him like he's a legend of the sport.
Yeah.
Because I think he had so much promise that I don't think he would have just, like, rode off into the sunset. And I do think it would have changed Michael Schumacher's career for sure.
Yeah.
I think it probably would have changed a lot of people. Like, I think because Michael was so ruthless on the track, and Senna too, like, racing against two of them would be exhausting.
It would be tough. And I think there would have been a lot more battles between the two of them,
Yeah.
which would have ended in some exciting crashes.
Not to say that Lewis, I think Lewis is very different than both of them, but I think it would have had this same heightened, I don't know what the word is, but when Lewis and Max were head to head, and it was exhausting to watch because it was so you're just on the edge of your seat the entire time.
Yeah.
I think it would have been a lot of that.
Yeah.
It's too bad. You don't want to see anyone's life cut short at an early age, but I think somebody who was on the rise he was, I guess he was already there.
Yeah, he was already, as you say, a multiple time champion.
Yeah.
He was a star. He would have added one, arguably two more world championships to his belt, and he'd be more of a legend than he is now.
Mm-hmm.
And Schumacher would still be a legend, just with potentially one fewer championship under his belt.
Yeah, I definitely think it would have impacted Michael's career. But yeah, I think him being around still would have changed a lot. It's interesting how you can kind of pluck one figure out,
mm-hmm.
and it has almost no effect. And then keeping someone like him in,
yes,
would have had
massive
changed.
Impact.
Yeah,
Big ripples throughout.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's not just it's big.
Yeah, with him there's ripples through the championship numbers, and then, as you said, the safety implications as well.
Safety, and then so many teams, right? Because
yeah, team dynamics and
yeah,
who would have gone where.
Yeah, it would have just been, I think, a lot. It'd be a different landscape.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Interesting to think about though, the what ifs. I do think though that the two deaths at that weekend pushed safety. It's interesting to say it pushed safety forward, because it didn't push it forward enough.
No.
But because I saw something on I don't know, probably Instagram the other day, and it was talking about the halo, and I know we've talked about the halo before, and the countless lives that it saved.
Mm-hmm.
And there was crashes that I didn't even remember, where it's oh, it saved this person's life, oh, it saved this person's life.
Oh yeah.
Not that it wouldn't have saved Senna.
No.
But it'd be interesting to go back in time to see who it would have saved, right? And the cars are so different now. Everything has changed. It's a completely different car. It's all different. But yeah, it's, I don't know. It's too bad that he, died when he did, because I think it was such a big time for F1.
I think
talent wise
are not including is, I think he'd still be in the world of Formula One to this day.
You say racing.
Not racing, but he would still be involved with some team, or a commentator, or an owner, because he pushed motorsport in Brazil.
Yeah.
Huge leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
Right?
Would there be a Brazilian
Would there be
team?
a Brazilian-owned team?
Yeah.
With Senna in charge?
Yeah, maybe. I think the dynamic would be very different. Yeah, he doesn't. Well, I mean, maybe he would just go off into the sunset and enjoy his money.
Don't know.
Kind of like Michael Schumacher tried to do.
Tried to, yeah.
That's another one where it's just it's just so sad.
Yeah.
But maybe that's what makes them great, right? It's they push to the extreme.
I think it is. That's why they're great.
Yeah. They're always teetering on that ledge.
It's a knife edge, right?
Yeah. It's sad because in my mind, Michael Schumacher is dead. I know he's not.
Right.
But it feels like.
It feels like he is.
Yeah. Because he's just
Well, yeah. He's in a state where.
Well, we don't know,
we don't
right?
know.
Yeah. But he's just. Because how long ago did the accident? A long time ago.
Yeah. It's quite some time.
It just feels
I think it's 10 years or so, isn't it?
No, I feel it's
not
longer
longer.
than that. I was going to say 15. Not that I wish ill will at all upon anybody. But don't you feel like Max, like you could see something like that happening? Not like but something catastrophic happening to Max because he lives just kind of like
on the edge.
On the edge. Although I guess on the edge activities is a video game, so
that's the thing. Like on the edge in the car,
maybe
but outside,
yeah.
It's not so on the edge.
Yeah.
Whereas Schumacher everything he did
was extreme. Yeah.
Right.
Like the skydiving and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing multiple skydives in a day. Yeah, very different after work activities.
Right. Like you couldn't pay me to do that. He's only 56, Michael Schumacher.
Yeah.
That's really sad. I don't know. I guess you could talk about like a whole alternate reality of that not happening with him too.
Well, perhaps that will be another episode of alternate racing
An episode? An episode. Not another episode. I'm trying to see when he had his accident. His ski injury was in 2013. I not to like overstep on a potential. I don't think we would do a Michael Schumacher one. But how different would Mick's career have been had he not had his accident? Because you want to talk Jos Verstappen, Michael Schumacher as your coach, like,
yeah,
he would not have had a choice.
No,
like if he, like the second he expressed interest, it would have been like, you will win,
and I bet you he would have.
Right? Well, because he has the talent. I think it's just a mental thing.
Yep.
You know what I think it is? I think he has the talent. I don't think he has the desire.
Oh.
I just don't think he has the love of motorsport.
Not to the level of.
I don't think he does at all.
Michael.
I think he's trying to live up to like an image that he thinks his dad would want him to be.
Which is tough.
And I feel like with motorsport, you have to love it.
It has to be your passion.
Yeah. Because otherwise you're not going to put yourself on that limit.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's my thoughts. I know we pivoted hard. I'm talking about Senna. But I do think that the world would be... I think that that's one of those moments in time that it did have like a massive impact. And had it been almost anybody else on that grid, it wouldn't have had the far-reaching consequences.
I agree. Well, and that's alternative racing lines.
Wasn't it alternate racing lines?
Alternate racing lines.
You're just really hitting it out of the park tonight, right? Obviously, like I did not watch Motorsport at the time of Ayrton Senna. No.
As a small child, you weren't into it?
No, my dad watched it though. So it probably was on in the background. I probably just didn't
notice.
Didn't notice. But yeah, like I think it's one of those things where he obviously has had an influence on like generations that are like far beyond, like when you hear them talking to like current drivers like Gabriel Bortoleto, and he wasn't alive when Schumacher was racing, but that's one of his greatest influences. Senna. Like, who did I say?
Schumacher.
Oh. That's what I get for making fun of you. But a lot of them are like, it's like even like Lando, I've heard him like say Senna.
Lewis.
Well, Lewis was
alive.
He was watching it. Yeah.
But that's his
idol. Yeah. And I think it's one of those things where it's like true greatness will have that far-reaching influence. Whereas like they'll have influence on generations beyond who was around to witness their greatness. So like you can't take that away from him. I think he was always meant to, I guess, like influence and carry that greatness forward. It's interesting though, because like I feel like he has more influence on the generations than Schumacher. I don't ever hear anyone saying he's their favorite.
No, you're right. When everyone's asked, it's usually Senna or Lewis.
Yeah, right.
With the younger generation.
Yeah. So it's interesting, and like, I mean, obviously Schumacher achieved more success.
Yeah.
Like than Senna. Yeah. So I think it's one of those things where it's just even certain champions, they they might not achieve the same amount of success as like another champion, but they still have that quality to them that people aspire to be that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Interesting. I mean, maybe he is alive in some alternate reality.
Maybe.
Maybe we're just on a different timeline.
I don't get it, but I like it.
I see it all the time on TikTok where people are like, you've jumped timelines and stuff like that. And like, it's their rationalization of like how to explain like the Mandela effect and stuff like that. Potentially why I thought he won a 4th title.
Yeah.
So maybe I was on the timeline of Ayrton not dying. I'm a time traveler is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Anyway, thank you for listening to this week's Motorsport podcast, and we will catch you next race. Motorsport Podcast is a Vorbeck Media production. Follow us on Instagram at Motorsport Pod. You can listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or our YouTube page, Motorsport Pod. Bye.